Muhammad Ali. 61 years old. He can no longer speak. He can no longer walk without trembling. He can no longer recognize his own children. The greatest boxer of all time. Destroyed. Not by his opponents, but by every single punch he took in his life. And what is happening inside his brain? It is far worse than you can imagine. Every time a boxer takes a punch, even one that doesn't knock them out, their brain suffers damage. Small, microscopic, invisible. But it accumulates, punch after punch, round after round, year after year, until one day, the brain simply stops working. And the most terrifying part? You don't know it's happening. In 1928, an American doctor named this condition Dementia Pugilistica, boxer's dementia. The symptoms were clear: hand tremors, memory loss, mental confusion, deep depression, uncontrollable aggression. But for decades, no one took this condition seriously. Boxers were tough. It was part of the game. Then in 2005, everything changed. A neuropathologist in Pittsburgh examined the brain of Mike Webster, a former NFL player who died at 50 after years of dementia. What he found inside that brain would change sports history forever. It was called CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. And here is how it works. When a punch hits the head, the brain, floating in cerebrospinal fluid, slams against the skull, back and forth, in milliseconds. At that moment, neurons, the brain cells, experience extreme mechanical stress. Some die immediately, others survive but are damaged. But here is the most terrifying part. The body tries to repair the damage. It produces a protein called tau. Normally, tau is helpful. It stabilizes neurons. But after repeated trauma, something goes wrong. The tau begins to tangle. It builds up. It forms toxic clumps that suffocate neurons from the inside, like slowly strangling every single cell in your brain. And once this process starts, it doesn't stop. Even if you stop boxing, even if you never take another punch again, the damage is already done. Researchers at Boston University examined 111 brains of former NFL players. 110 out of 111 had CTE. That's 99%. And in boxing, the percentage is even higher. But wait, if CTE is so devastating, why can't doctors diagnose it? Why don't fighters know? Because there is a huge problem. CTE can only be diagnosed after death, by opening the brain and studying it under a microscope. There is no blood test, no MRI scan that can detect it, no way to know if you have it while you are still alive. You could have it right now, and you wouldn't know. Joe Louis, Sugar Ray Robinson, Floyd Patterson, all diagnosed with severe brain damage, all after death. And every year, thousands of young fighters step into boxing gyms without knowing what is happening inside their brains every time they take a hit. This doesn't mean boxing should be banned. It means you need to know the truth. Every punch leaves a mark. Every blow to the head accumulates, and the bill always comes due. The science is clear. Repeated head trauma destroys the brain. It is not opinion, it is anatomy. Muhammad Ali once said, "The greatest pain in life is to die inside while you are still alive." He didn't know he was describing exactly what CTE was doing to him. See you there.